All right, and here is our back, biceps, and shoulder workout. So we're gonna start with back, and we're gonna use a band. For the first part, we're not gonna really do drop sets. We're just gonna do 3 sets with the band. We're gonna start with a lat pull down. So you wanna take your band, depending on the strength of your band, will determine how far apart your hands are gonna be. You wanna be able to start with it here, and you're gonna pull down to the chest, keeping the arms straight. We're gonna do 12 of these, nice and slow. Think about kind of squeezing your armpits as you come down. Nice and slow to about the chest, keeping your arms straight. So that's 4. Keep going. We're gonna do 12 of these. That's 5. You wanna feel that right here in your lats. That should be about 8, 9. Just think about squeezing down. Think about that muscle right there by your ribs. That's when you want to be working. 2 more. And 1 more is 12. All right, good. For the next 2, we're going to actually sit down on the mat. First one's going to be T-fly, just like we do in the straps, but we're going to use the band. So you want to wrap it around the bottom of your feet and point your toes away from you a little bit to keep the band from popping up. And then we're going to do 12 T-flies. Your back is nice and straight. Your palms are facing forward, and you're pulling with your arms, with your shoulder blades, keeping your arms straight. Should feel that right between the shoulder blades and in the back of the shoulder. Two more. And that's 12. Good. All right, take a little rest. The next one, we're going to cross the band and do Y flies. So same thing, we do these in our TRX straps as well. So you're just going to do exactly the same movement, but we're going to pull our arms up a little more into a Y. And we're going to do 12 of these. One more. All right, good. Okay, next one is going to be pull-ups. Now there's a couple of ways you can do pull-ups. If you have TRX straps at home, you can do these. If you don't have TRX straps at home, or you don't want to do those, if you've got a band and you can anchor it somewhere high, you can sit down and do like a pull-up, the same motion as a pull-up, but you're actually pulling the band down. So I'm going to do the first set here. We're going to go for 12. Now we're entering our drop sets where we do 12, 10, and 8. So we're going to go nice and slow. So notice if you're using the band, you're doing the same motion you would do on a pull-up, working the lats and the back. Here's 7. We got 1 more, and 12. Good. Now we're going to take a 30-second break. So if you're going to stay on the band, I'm going to show you a different option. This time you would have your palms facing towards you, and you would pull more like a row, like if you had weights. But you're going from up above the shoulder, the arm is above the shoulder, to elbows down behind. So that could be your second set if you're going to stay on the band. I'm going to switch to the TRX straps. Remember, on these you want to keep your back straight. You can have your legs bent for a little more assistance, or you can have them straight for a little less assistance, or you can lift them up. So remember, we've got 10 reps now. So remember, you can keep the legs down and let them help you a little bit. You can bend them in and let them help you a little bit more. The main thing is you want to keep your back straight. Don't lean back like this, then you're not using the right muscle. We got one more. Good. All right, and then we're going to take a 30-second break and do our last set. So you can do again on the band, or you can do the straps. Or if you have a pull-up bar, you can certainly use that as well. All right, about 10 more seconds and we're going to do our last set of 8. So pick the method you want to do. Remember, legs bent for a little more support, legs straight for a little less, or legs up. 8 reps. One more. Good. All right. And with those, we're not going to do a back off set. So we're going to move right into our 2-arm row, which is next. So you want to pick a weight. We're going to have our palms up. You want to pick a weight that you can do 2-arm row, 12 reps with pretty good resistance. And then remember, you want to have a weight ready for your back off set. All right, so we're going to start with 12 reps. So the legs are going to be about hip width apart. You're going to hinge at the hip. Keep your core nice and straight, your back straight, and we're going to do 12 rows. Palms are up, and you're pulling the weight to about the belly button. Squeezing at the top. Exhale when you pull up. Two more. 12. All right, rest. We got 30 seconds. Then we're going to do another set of those. Now those pull-ups got you pretty out of breath. All right, and remember, when you're doing 2-arm rows, because there's so much weight and you're hinged over, if you're feeling these in your lower back, you can either switch to a 1-arm row at a time or go lighter with your weights. You got to keep your core tight and your back straight when you're hinged in that position. So here comes our second set for 10 reps. Palms are forward, legs about hip width apart. Hinge, tighten your core. We have 10. Exhale when you pull up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pull the weight to about the belly button. One more. 10. Nice. All right, set them down. Another little 30-second break. And we have our 8 reps. And then right after that, we're going to pick up those lighter weights and go to failure. All right, here's our last set of 8. Hinge, core really tight, exhale and pull up. Seven, we got one more, 8. All right, quickly get your lighter weights. And we're gonna go right into that back off set. So feet are still about hip width apart, hinge, and here we go. Remember to go slow. It's so easy to start whipping those weights around. They feel so light at first. Keep your form. As soon as your form is going, you have reached failure successfully, so you would stop. And here's 20 if you're still in it. All right, nice job. We're done with our first back exercise, second back exercise. So the next one's gonna be a one arm row. And that's, since we're doing one arm at a time, we're not really gonna take a whole 30 seconds. We're just gonna switch from arm to arm. It'll probably end up being about 30. All right, so you wanna pick the one weight that you can do a one arm row with, 12 reps. We're gonna take that nice staggered stance, and then you're gonna put the other arm on your thigh to support your lower back. You wanna hinge over as far as you can comfortably, and then we've got 12 reps. You're pulling the weight to the hip. Think about pulling the elbow down and back. And that's 12, good. And then we're gonna switch right over to the other side. So you switch your leg stance. Hand on your thigh, not your knee, up here on your thigh. Hinge over as far as you can comfortably. Keep your back straight, core engaged, 12 reps. Remember, pull the elbow down and back. One more, 12. All right, little break, and then we're gonna go back to the first side and do 10 reps. Get your nice stance, and here we go with 10. Remember to exhale when you pull up. That's 10. And then we switch sides. And 10. All right, a couple of seconds, and then we'll do our last set of 8. Kind of nice when we're switching between arm to arm or leg to leg, because then we don't have to take that whole 30 seconds. But you really do need that time to rest. Your muscles have to have that recovery time, or you're not going to be able to do as much as you would be able to do if you were resting appropriately. All right, and our last set of 8. Seven, we have one more, 8. Switch sides. Remember, after this, we're gonna grab that lighter weight. Whoops, that was 9. Hopefully you were counting, you didn't do that extra one with me. All right, quickly grab your other weight. We're gonna start on the right arm and do failure set. Here's 19 and 20. All right, other side. Here's 19 and 20. All right, back is done. So we're gonna stretch the back out and move right into bicep. We're gonna do bicep curls, alternating twist curls, and then a concentration curl, which you'll need either a ball or a seat, a chair or a stool to sit on. So we're gonna start with the bicep curls. And I gotta get my seat here. All right, so pick a weight that you can do 12 reps for bicep curl. And here we go. Here's 12. All right, 30 seconds rest.
This Fit to a Core video has been brought to you by. I don't know about you guys, but I'm totally digging the new mic quality. No idea what was going on before, but I've seen home videos from 1991 that sounded better than that.
And then we're gonna do another set of those bicep curls. 10 reps this time. All right, here we go. One more. 10. All right, 30-second rest. So remember, when you're doing your bicep curls, you don't want to get a big swing going. You want to extend all the way and bring it up all the way, nice and slow, with a stop at each end. So you're sure not to get any momentum in the movement. All right, our last set's gonna be 8 reps. I might not make them because that 10 rep was pretty hard. 2 more. 7. 1 more. All right. So then you got to drop down a little, about 40%. So the weights are a little more than half of the weights you were just using. And we're going to go to failure. Remember to keep it the same speed. So this is 15, and I'm going to stop because mine are getting sloppy. If you can keep going, go 5 more to 20. I'll give you the time. Nice. All right. Then put those down, stretch it out a little bit. Next one's going to be an alternating twist curl. Now, both arms are working the whole time, and we're going to do 10 per arm. So I always go lighter on these because it's pretty hard. All right, so grab the weights you want to use. Have in mind the weights that you're going to do your back offset with. We're going to start with one weight up and 1 weight down, and here we go. 1, 2, 9 and 10, except we have to do 12. I was getting all excited. There's 11 and 12. All right, good. We're going to rest for 30 seconds. And then we have our 10 reps. All right, so we're going to do our 10 reps next. Start with 1 weight up, and here we go. This is 4, 5, 2 more, 9 and 10. All right. Be sure and get lots of water as needed. We have our last set of 8. So remember, when you're doing these twist curls, you want to end up with your palm right in front of your shoulder. So you want to swing way out like that. That gets the rotator cuff involved. We don't want to do that. We want to just keep the bicep, keep the shoulder safe. All right, and then we're going to do 8 reps. So I'm going to start with this one up again, and here we go. 1, 6, 7, 1 more, 8. All right, quickly get those lighter weights so we can do our back offsets. I I have the wrong weights, but I put the 10s away. I shouldn't have done that. But I'll just use these lighter ones and I'll pretend it's hard. So we got 20, nice and slow. The first 4 or 5 should feel easy, and after that, you should really feel that lighter weight kicking in, almost like you didn't even get a lighter weight. $13. Okay, we got one more, and that's 20, I think. All right, make sure you're in good position. Back is nice and straight. This arm got a nice long rest. It's ready to go. Nine, 10, 11, one more, and 12. All right, relax a couple of seconds, and then we're going to switch back to the first arm. All right, now we've got 10 reps. And if you can't make it to all 10 reps, that is fine. If you just get to 8 or 9, go ahead and stop early. Better to do less reps than to do bad form. 10 reps on the other arm. And I'm going to stop at 9 because they were getting a little ugly. All right, so then we rest just a few seconds and then we hit the other side for our 8 reps. Now, after this 8 reps, I'm going to go right into the drop set. Six, 7, and sort of 8. All right, then I'm gonna go to my lighter weight and do failure. Keeping it nice and slow. So this is different than we did the set on the one arm rows. We had more of a rest in between our back off set. So I wanted to try it both ways. That way you can figure out which way you like better. And then the next time you do this video, pick the one you like. I kind of like doing it right after the 8 sets because the muscle doesn't have any time to rest. All right, then we're going to do the 8 reps and then back off set on the other arm. Here's our last one, 8. All right, and right to your failure set. Keeping it nice and slow. There's always that tendency to go faster. Just think you still have that heavy weight. And right about now, it's feeling like that heavy weight. This is our last one. And here's 15 for me. If you can keep going, keep going. If not, go ahead and stop and stretch it out. That's our last exercise. Stretch your biceps and your back real good in your rear delts. We did a little bit of rear delts in the beginning. Stretch those out real good, and great job.